The following is a Just Green production brought to you by the Might Be News Network.
Hello, everyone. It's the week of February 10th, 2019. My name is Taylor Cooper, and this might be news to you. What up, everybody? It's for us, it's Sunday. We're kind of thrown off a little bit, but it's hype anyway.
Sunday fun day.
We're back from Takeover Week. We had a great time. Last week, my name is Taylor Cooper, like I said. With me, as always, co-host Kev. What up, co-host Kev?
What up?
What up, co-host Danny?
What's up?
All right. NBNnetwork.com is where you can find everything. Everything might be news, relatable radio, might be sports. We had a huge episode of Might Be Brews last week with Levante Brewing. Might Be Tunes is on there. Novak and Franz, of course. NBNnetwork.com.
Yo, fuckers. Go to the website.
Go to the website. It's mad easy to find your new favorite podcast and find the latest episode.
Check it out.
I update that shit daily. Daily.
Did you update it today?
Not today. No podcast coming out today. Well, it's Sunday now. So Monday, when people are listening to this, update it daily.
Just not on the weekend.
Not on the weekends. It's the weekend right now. Freaking for the weekend.
I hope that update that shit daily. Should you do it today? No.
Almost daily.
Well, daily doesn't include the weekend, so
I'll put that shit in the fine print. I actually don't do this daily. It's just every couple days. Every few days I do this. But anyway, so we're here. Usually we record on Fridays. It's Sunday around lunchtime for us right now. And I really want a beer, but here's some good news.
Hey, did you hear the news?
This better be good.
You want the good news or the bad news?
Give me the good stuff.
All right, Danny, week 22. What do you got?
all right, so I'm going to do these good news stories that I had from last week when we took over for Relatable Radio. My first story is coming right out of Center City, Philadelphia. This was last Tuesday, and this was down at the 15th Street station when a Good Samaritan jumped in and saved a woman's life. Rodney Roster was 27, and Tuesday night he was down at the 15th Street SEPTA station when he noticed a young lady that was walking awfully close to the edge of the platform for the train. All of a sudden, the lady started to scream that she was going to jump in front of the train and kill herself, when Rodney stepped in and was able to convince this woman to step back, take a few deep breaths, and talk to him about all her problems, and he ended up saving her life.
Wow. That's nuts.
My next story, this has to do with the Super Bowl, which was last week. But I still wanted to talk about it because I thought it was pretty cool. I'm one of those type of people that you treat the janitor with the same respect that you treat the CEO of a company, right?
Absolutely.
So apparently Brandon Cooks is the same way. So he surprised the team custodian and his son with tickets to Super Bowl 53. Bought them airfare, hotel room, and tickets to go down to the Super Bowl and watch the team that he works for compete against the Patriots in the Super Bowl. Unfortunately, the Rams never showed up to play that game.
Right.
So he didn't get to see too good of a Super Bowl, but I
got the experience of going.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. And my last story, I actually shared this on the Might Be News Network Facebook page. It's a little video, but it's of a married couple that have been married for 5 years. The husband has been dealing with kidney disease for 14 years, and his conditions were progressively getting worse to the point where he needed a kidney transplant as soon as possible. His wife decided she was going to go and get tested, and turns out that she is 100% the perfect match to donate part of her kidney to him. So it's a video of her revealing that she is the perfect match and that she is going to donate her kidney to him. And it's just a really sweet video. very emotional, and it was just one of those feel-good movies or feel-good videos that, just made you feel good.
Yeah, I saw it. They were sitting like on their porch
Yep.
and they were looking at pictures and stuff. Yeah, it was a cool video.
Really cool. Really cool. So that's what I got for the good news.
All right, excellent. So I have a couple stories I wanted to talk about today.
You wanted to talk about how well the Flyers are doing now that I said something. And now that I'm saying something, they're going to do terrible. But go ahead.
When is the game you're going to?
Next weekend, next Saturday.
Weekend, okay.
Yep.
So the head of a cryptocurrency company in Canada died apparently on December 9th due to complications with Crohn's disease while traveling in India. That's terrible and sad, but the problem is that he has over $190 million in customer deposits locked on his computer, in which he is the only person with the password.
He's dead.
Dead. Died at the age of 30.
This reminds me of that one episode of The Office when Dwight leaves and all of his folders are locked up with mythological creatures, and they have to sit there and try to figure out how to get into all the clients' information.
Quadriga CX is the name of the company, and there's a lot of people obviously very, very upset about this. One person in particular has over $70 million
$70 million
locked up in this guy's computer, apparently.
Now, they can't get access to this?
Can't get access to it because he's the only person that has the password to it. Now,
this is a company.
The thing that is pretty crazy, though, is that there's people that are trying to figure out if this guy is actually dead or not. Like, he was in India. I don't know if he's back yet, or they brought the body back yet, or whatever. There's a lot of crazy things going on with this, and I think it's pretty... I mean, obviously, it's crazy in general, just because imagine thinking that your money's safe. You're putting it into this company, and they're supposed to be taking care of it for you. And even if this guy did die of, complications with Crohn's disease, like, why didn't he give the password to somebody?
Yeah, why didn't he have some sort of backup set up?
Something.
Dude, if it's a fucking company, you'd think that, like, the IT guy could get in there.
Right. Something. I don't know. I mean, if they're doing something with crazy crypto money, I'm sure he has some sort of, like, super duper wild password encrypted shit.
I'm sure he does too, but he should not be the only one that knows the password.
Correct. At least like VP of operations or some shit. What kind of company is this?
Did they try putting in big boobs with a Z?
Big boob 69. Something dumb like that. Like, who knows? But I just thought, I saw this story and I thought it was absolutely crazy because, like, when I looked at over the past year, certainly there's been a huge boom in like the cryptocurrency shit. I don't understand any of it, but from what I can understand, it's straight up internet money. I don't know if I'm correct or not, but that's what it seems like to me. And how can you rely on something that has no real value in the real world? I don't understand the whole thing.
Yeah,
so
like,
to me, this whole thing is just nuts.
Yeah, like if I have $70 million, I want to be able to open up my bank account on my phone and see the $70 million in there. I don't want it in some fucking crypto internet money or some shit like that.
Use it at the fucking grocery store. What do I have this money for?
Is this almost like Bitcoin money?
That's what it is. It's, cryptocurrency, Bitcoin shit. Yeah, it's all the same deal. So, like, I just don't get it. But a lot of people are really into it. Good for them, I guess.
You can pay a lot of like your online stuff with cryptocurrency.
I've been seeing that a lot more often lately. It gives you the option to use Bitcoin,
which is nutty.
I mean, we've talked about it on the show before. I have the Cash App, and when I go over to my Cash App, look, I'm gonna show it to Kev real quick. It has an option under there for Bitcoin, and it says Bitcoin current value is $3,605.33
for one.
Huh? I don't know how it works. It's all crazy to me.
It was at like 15,000.
Yeah.
Look out for investing with people with dying of Crohn's disease, I guess, and hopefully they don't aren't the only fucking people with the
password.
password. Holy shit. You imagine like hearing about that on the news, be like, yo, hold up. I think that sounds familiar.
Wait,
that's the same place I got
That's my guy.
all my weirdo Bitcoin stuff. And then you call them up and they're like, sorry, we're kind of fucked up right now. We're trying to get it right now. We just don't know how long it's going to take or whatever.
Your $70 million we can't get right now.
Yeah. Need to make a house payment? Sorry, dude. I don't know. All right, so the next story I had comes out of Fort Collins, Colorado. Wildlife officials say a man who fought off a young cougar on a northern Colorado trail killed the animal by choking it to death.
That's crazy.
This man is my hero.
Dude, this is great. The man was running running alone near Fort Collins on Monday when the cougar attacked him from behind after the movement apparently triggered its hunting instincts. The runners, whose name has not been released, fought off the cougar, hiked out of the area after Monday's attack, and drove himself to the hospital. He suffered facial cuts, wrist injuries, puncture wounds on his arms, legs, and back.
Wow.
Wait a minute. He didn't fight it off. He killed this fucking thing. He strangled it to death.
Yeah.
Like, this is a mountain lion, and
Yeah.
he got attacked from behind, and he strangled it to death.
Motherfucker is a warrior.
Somebody needs to buy this motherfucker a beer.
Dude, if you killed a mountain lion
With your bare hands.
with your bare hands, would you not go back and get that motherfucker stuffed and hang it on your wall?
Dude, absolutely. Are you kidding me? Absolutely.
Like, I would go as far as to go buy a mannequin and dress the mannequin in clothes and then have the mountain lion
Like, you're recreating the whole scene.
like grabbing you from behind. And I would have that in my bedroom to look at it every night and be like, I fucking killed you with my bare hands.
Straight
bitch.
up. Straight up.
Like I'm not all for hunting and killing animals. I like eating meat, but to do it myself, I'll go to the grocery store. But when your life depends on it and you have to kill that fucking thing and you succeed, are you kidding me?
Yeah, absolutely nutty. Cougar attacks are rare, it says. 16 people have been injured and 3 killed by cougars in Colorado since 1990.
Wow.
So this guy, like, it's literally less than no chance of this happening, right? No chance of this happening. Just another day, I'm out here hiking, and all of a sudden this fucking cougar comes up and tries to kill him from behind. And you got to fight it and strangle that fucker to death. Absolutely nutty.
Been seeing a lot of people talk about this, and one of the people was Joe Rogan. And Joe Rogan said he does a lot of hiking with his dog, and apparently he got approached by a mountain lion one time. Said he was scared to death.
Yeah.
Now this is Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
And this dude fucking strangles it with his bare hands.
It's crazy.
Absolutely nutty.
Wild.
Next thing I wanted to talk about, and I know we've been talking a little bit. We talked last week about the names of the priests that were released recently from Texas. Remember, we've talked about this quite a bit on the show.
Yeah.
And it was like 300 plus priests were brought out for sexual abuse in Texas recently over the past 80 years. And we got into it quite a bit. It was a really good discussion. But recently, Pope Francis, for the first time, acknowledged the sexual abuse of nuns by priests and bishops, including a case in which some clergy used women as sex slaves. He said last Tuesday that he is committed to ending the problem in the Roman Catholic Church. His comments came in response to a reporter's question on his flight returning to Rome from Abu Dhabi, United Arab. I'm lost here. The reporter asked the Pope about the Vatican magazine article published last week detailing reports of sexual abuse by clerics resulting in nuns having abortions or giving birth to children fathered by priests. And he said, quote, "It's true. There have been priests and even bishops who have done this. I think it's still going on because something does not stop just because you have become aware of it." So basically, he's admitting for the first time, no other pope or really anyone in the church has ever really talked about this or admitted that it was true. Last year, people were asking about different reports that were coming up, and they wouldn't comment on it. So I guess it's good that Pope Francis has kind of at least let it be known that he knows about it. Hopefully we can see some changes with what's going on, because it's absolutely crazy.
Nuts.
We keep talking about it because shit keeps happening. Like, it just keeps popping up in the news. So the last thing I have for this week to talk about, last year was the fourth warmest year on record, coming behind 2016, the planet's warmest recorded year, as well as 2015 and 2017, according to information released Wednesday by NOAA, NASA, and the UK Met Office. So that means that the Earth's 5 warmest years on record have occurred since 2014.
So Donald Trump still doesn't believe in global warming?
A lot of people don't believe in global warming. A lot of people don't. And a lot of people think that because it snows outside, that global warming doesn't exist.
Yo, his tweet the other day about global warming, man, that was so stupid.
It's tough. It's tough to watch stuff like that, especially because of the platform that he's on, and just how big of a personality and how important his office is. But he's a very, very small part of the problem, in the fact that a lot of people don't acknowledge that things like this even exist. And
you got professional athletes still thinking the fucking world is flat.
yeah.
For real. Come on, people, get it together.
The yearly rankings don't tell the whole story of long-term climate change, since natural variability can still push or pull an individual year up or down the rankings. However, the overall picture is growing starker with each passing year. 9 of the 10 warmest years on record since reliable data began in 1880 have occurred since 2005. At the same time, greenhouse gases from burning of fossil fuels, as well as deforestation and intensive agriculture, have skyrocketed to levels not seen in more than 800,000 years. Absolutely crazy shit. Absolutely crazy shit. I saw we were in Atlantic City Friday and Saturday, and everywhere we went in Atlantic City had paper straws. Have you guys gone anywhere and gotten paper straws?
Yeah, I've been to a Wawa that started using paper straws.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What do you think about paper straws? Do they
I'm all
bother
for it.
you?
I'm all for
You
it.
like it?
Yeah.
We went to the Philly car show on Friday, and Landon wanted a lemonade, and his came with a paper straw.
Yeah.
Not even halfway through the lemonade, his straw had to be thrown away. He
Right.
didn't even get to finish his $20 lemonade.
It's
How,
$20. Are you serious?
How
No,
long?
It was expensive.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. How long did he have it? Like, was he carrying it around with him like all day? Was it like
15
a half hour?
minutes.
Yeah.
Not
Oh, well.
even.
I'm wondering if it, for the lemonade, if it was like the acidity, you know what I mean, in the lemonade that fucks it up more.
I don't know,
'Cause
but
I noticed, like, when I had a Red Bull and vodka or something over the weekend, and they gave me a fucking paper straw to drink with it. I was like, this is fucking weird. Well, like, that one lasted okay, but then I had a soda later on, just a soda, and it seemed to kind of deteriorate a little bit faster.
I did see there is a company that is making straws and utensils out of avocado seeds.
Yes. A lot of people are starting to make plastic in general out of avocado seeds.
And apparently they're biodegradable in like
Yes.
28 days or something like that. It may be more than that,
Yeah.
but that number's just sticking out in my head for some reason.
The reason I bring this up is because if you think about it, like, all right, you get a paper straw now, and it's like, all right, it's all right, no big deal, right? It's like, it's not terrible. It doesn't taste any different. It might break down, deteriorate as you're going.
Mhm.
But even if it does that, it's not going to hurt you, and it's not bad for you, whatever.
Right.
But like, everybody's making a big deal about these fucking straws. You think about all the other shit that's floating around out there in the ocean that besides straws that we should be starting to make out of this paper or some biodegradable substance. I mean, how many other things are there out there that we can be doing this with? Problem is that like deforestation is a part of this. So like paper comes from all that shit, but we need to start recycling more things to be able to make more things out of recyclable shit, right?
Right.
So like they just recently passed. I think we might have talked about it on here, but the Hemp Act or something like that, Farmers Hemp Act. You can start farming hemp to use for renewable things. You can make plastic out of hemp. You can make paper out of hemp. You can make all these things. So like I don't know. I think that those are the kind of steps that we all around the world need to start taking. I'm not like this huge environmentalist, whatever. But you can see, we've talked about the storms getting stronger. Climate change includes all that. It's not just getting hotter out.
Right.
It snows harder. You see what happened, the polar vortex. Hurricanes are getting stronger and crazier and stalling out and fucking destroying whole areas. That's all to do with climate change as well. So we need to start making changes before shit gets worse, right? That's how I feel.
Yep.
That's how I feel.
And it was 240 days. The avocado seed straw.
Oh, okay.
So when it is exposed to the elements or buried in the ground, it'll be completely gone in 240 days.
That's incredible.
That's awesome.
That's incredible. Less than a year, it's dust.
Now, it does say that the fossil fuel-based counterparts can take more than 100 years.
Okay. All right. So, and see, that's absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
The difference. Why wouldn't we do that? Silly shit. All right. So we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to do What's the Point, Late Review, and This Week in History. Kev, I know you have at least one of those things.
I got all three.
Wow. All right. I know it's Sunday. We're all thrown off. I woke up like shit. I got to fucking record today.
Dude, I woke up with 20 minutes to get over here, and I said, holy shit, I got a podcast to do.
Wait a minute. We recorded at 12. You woke up at 11:40?
No. I was over at I wake up. No, he woke up. I was over at
you said you woke up and you had 20 minutes to get over here.
No,
what the fuck?
I was over at
he snapped out of it and realized he had 20 minutes to get over here.
I was over at my sister and brother-in-law's house, and I said, what time is it? And it was close.
Yeah, I was dealing with fucking Enterprise all morning, and I was like, I'm gonna miss this damn podcast.
Well, I'm glad you guys made it.
We're here.
I'm glad we can keep going.
We do it for you guys.
We do it for you guys.
We see the numbers coming in. We know you guys look forward to this every week. So guess what? We're going to be here every week for you.
Every week until we take a break.
Every week till the weekends.
The fine print. Yeah, the fine print. We're going to be doing this every week until the season ends. We're not doing it anymore for like a month.
You
Hey, Kev. Get it off your chest, Kev.
We're not taking a break, people.
So you're going to record while I'm on my honeymoon?
Yep.
You're going to record the 3 following weeks that I refuse to record?
Yeah, I'm just going to come on here, and all I'm going to do is I'm just going to go, BAM! And then it'll be done.
Done. Like a 30-second episode every week.
Yeah.
I'm going to hold you to that, Kev.
No, I'm lying.
In the fine print, Kev's not doing anything. Then when we take a break, he's just going to stop as well. We're going to take a actual break for the actual show. We'll be right back after this.
What's up, guys? It's Kev from Might Be News. Why don't you go and check out Relatable Radio on mbnnetwork.com. They got great stuff to talk about. Check them out.
Welcome back to Might Be News. Season 4, episode 22 for us. It's crazy. I'm Taylor Cooper. Co-host Kev, what up?
You.
What up, co-host Danny?
What's up?
So, we talked earlier. We did a takeover week last week. We had a blast. The ladies came over and did Might Be News. We went over and did Relatable Radio. and the Might Be Brews guys came over and talked some sports with Kevin Reevy, CJ, and I.
I mean, sports and beer, it just goes together.
Just goes together. Yeah, it was perfect. The whole week was a lot of fun. We had a great episode from Novak and Franz. Novak was back on the show, which was great. Then we had a Friday doubleheader, Might Be Brews and Might Be Tunes, Mike Nappy and Tamaro. It was very, very dope.
Mike Nappy can spit, dude.
Yeah.
He's got lyrics.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, very, very fast, very talented. Both him and T ripped it.
Yeah, they
great.
did well.
Yeah. Again, shout out to Jake and Chuck at the Manipulators in the Pit for doing a lot of production for Might Be Tunes. I didn't mention it at the end of that episode, and I'm going to do better with that moving forward. But Jake and Chuck do so much for that show. I basically just have to show up for Might Be Tunes. It's dope.
It's balling.
Yeah. Whereas, like, most of the other shows, everybody just kind of shows up here, and I, set everything up and do this stuff. Over there, it's just like I show up, he hands me a microphone, and we go.
Nice.
It's awesome. I wish I did 10 more Might Be Tunes. We have a couple more dates booked up coming up soon for Might Be Tunes, so keep an eye out for that stuff. I really enjoy doing the live music podcast on the Might Be News Network. Again, mbnnetwork.com. Go find your favorite podcast. Click the links. It'll take you right to the latest episode. Do it. You guys ready for What's the Point? Here we go. What's the point?
Is there a point to this? What is your
Are
point?
you just gonna sit there and look stupid?
All right. Danny, what's your point?
All right, so for this week, I wanted to talk about something that just debuted yesterday in our time-space continuum. Yesterday would be Saturday, February 9th. It is the AAF. Don't know what that is? That's the Alliance of American Football. We always complain that once the Super Bowl is over, we have no football to watch.
Yeah.
Well, now we do. So this is a professional American football league founded by Charlie Eberson and Bill Polian.
Bill Polian. Yeah.
Polian. It opened to play February 2019, 1 week following the National Football League Super Bowl. The AAF consists of 8 centrally owned and operated teams. All but one, Salt Lake, are located in cities on or south of the 35th parallel, and all but one, Birmingham, in the metropolitan areas that have at least one major professional sports franchise. 6 of the 8 teams are in 6 of the 8 teams are in markets lacking an NFL team.
Oh, okay. So it's a place where football isn't.
Exactly.
That's cool.
The one was Atlanta. That does have the professional football team. The teams have 52 players on each roster. There's only 8 teams so far in this league.
Yeah.
But what's cool about this is the telecast features no television timeouts and 60% fewer full screen commercials. They also do a lot of when you're watching the NFL, if there's a challenge, they also have a video in the booth with the main ref. And you can hear him talking to the guys on the field. Like, all right, well, what did you call it on the field? You called it a completed pass. Well, from what I see from up here, it's not a complete pass. So we're going to overturn it. It's going to go back to this. They also are not allowed to kick extra points.
I saw that.
After you score a touchdown, it's got to be a 2-point conversion.
All 2-point conversions.
And there is no kickoff. You get the ball on the 25-yard line.
Okay.
So it eliminated that as well. What the NFL was looking at doing at some point.
Yes.
You can still kick field goals, but there's no extra point and there's no kickoff. Also, looks like there's fewer rules.
Yeah, I saw something about that. I have to look further into it. I wanted to watch it, but we were like I said in Atlantic City on Saturday when this was going on, and I didn't catch any of it. But I've seen a lot of the highlights, and a lot of people are talking about it right now because of the one highlight with that quarterback getting lit up, and that was a legal play, which is crazy. Not crazy necessarily in a bad way, just it's not a legal hit anywhere else. So it looks really interesting to me. John from Might Be Brews was talking to me about it, and it sounds like everybody makes pretty even money as far as like across the board in this league. And there's a lot of opportunities for like bonuses and things of that nature. But a lot of these players are cut from the NFL or didn't quite make it into the NFL, undrafted people, stuff like that. And I think it's pretty neat, especially because, like you said, after football's over, it's just like it's basically just basketball right now, which is fine for some people. But for people who just want football all the time, this is a good thing to carry over after the football season.
Yeah, some other changes. The defense, they're forbidden from advancing more than 5 people on or across the line of scrimmage. No defensive player can cross the line of scrimmage for more than 2 yards outside the offensive tackles. So this is stopping corner blitzes from coming in and that type of stuff. Like you can't have full-out team blitzes. And the last thing that I saw that I really liked was officiating has a 9th member called a sky judge. And that is an off-the-field official who reviews every play using technology like the booth review. That sky judge can call or take away penalties missed or made by the field officials.
Literally the exact thing that Kevin Reevy and I said the NFL should do at least 2 weeks ago on Might Be Sports.
That missed pass interference call against the Rams and Saints.
Straight up.
That sky judge could have called that a pass interference.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely. I think that, like we were talking about it, that would solve all those issues, especially in the postseason in the NFL. If you had somebody in the booth that could see all those camera angles and holler at the dude on the field, straight up, just have an earpiece in, whatever. But they got that crew chief or whatever on the field. Might as well have somebody in your ear telling you what's up.
Well, I've been saying the same thing about baseball too.
Yeah.
I mean, when you watch baseball, they literally put a box over the plate, and you can see before the ump calls it if it's a ball or strike.
Right.
Yeah.
They need to do the same thing with that. Have an earpiece, ball, strike. You know, it takes the guessing out of it.
Right.
But I really like that last rule where they do have somebody who sees what the camera sees, and the camera sees more than what they see on the field.
Absolutely. When you're watching football or any sport for that matter, they can fucking move the camera 360 degrees around some of this shit. Go on NBC it. They like zoom in real hard and like show you whether or not the ball touched the ground before it touches the dude's hands or whatever. And they can move it in all the different angles. A ref can't do that.
Yeah.
Real time.
Get it together, NFL.
Do it.
So this is the opening.
This off-brand football league has better shit than you, NFL. What's going on?
Yeah.
Do it.
Opening weekend for the AAF. Seems like it's off to a pretty decent start. Like we said, there are some pretty big plays that we saw. That hit on that quarterback was just
bananas.
That was one of the biggest hits on a quarterback I've seen in a long time. And that's the type of stuff that people want to see sometimes. They want to see those big hits.
Yeah.
I'm a defensive guy. I want to see that.
It's on CBS, I think.
Yes.
This whole thing is on CBS. Check it out. I plan on checking it out next weekend because I love football and I want more of it. So, Kev, what's your point?
Big news. Big news. Victory is adding another beer to their Mystical Monkey family lineup. It's a lighthearted sibling of Golden Monkey and Sour Monkey, bringing a twisted spin to the bunch. It's a fruity type of monkey beer. It's supposed to be delicious. It's not as bitter as Sour Monkey or Golden Monkey will be, but if you know me and know my beers, I am a huge fan of Sour Monkey. And if they come out with something that's a little bit more delicious,
the Sour Monkey you gave me, I mean, that it punches you in the throat.
Dude, it definitely punches you in the throat.
But the one got me a little good.
It puts you on your ass.
Yeah.
It puts you on your ass real quick. But that's the other thing about this. It's not as strong as Sour Monkey or Golden Monkey. It's a 5.8. So, I mean, you could probably have 2 or 3 of these without falling down.
I'm
going
excited.
sideways.
I'm excited to try it. It sounds good as shit.
You might even like it. It's like mango flavored.
Oh, I'd be down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so,
I'd be down.
Called the Twisted Monkey.
Twisted Monkey. It's coming soon to Victory. I'm very excited about it.
It doesn't sound like it's going to be one of those hoppy beers.
No.
I don't like hops in my beer.
It's going to be more fruity.
Yeah, I don't like hops.
Very cool. Kev. Mine this week is something I saw, and I thought it was very, very crazy. So, y'all know that there's like these websites now and all these different things that you can do with your like genealogy and your history and all that stuff, DNA stuff. Family Tree DNA, an at-home DNA testing company, has apologized recently for failing to disclose it was sharing genetic information with the FBI to help solve rapes and murders.
It's crazy.
So this shit wasn't even in the fine print.
This really bothers me.
This shit wasn't even in the fine print. Now, I can dig the reasons behind it. We want to, all these open rapes cases and murder cases and da-da-da-da-da. And here's these people that are, willing to ship you DNA samples to find out whether or not they're full-blooded Italian or whatever reason that they're doing this for. It's absolutely crazy that it's not in the fine print, that they didn't let their customers know that this is what they were doing. And that's the problem. The problem isn't why they were doing it and what they were doing it for. It's that they weren't telling anybody that they were doing it. That's fucked up. But when I'm seeing all this stuff become popular and I see ads for it all the time on Facebook and da-da-da-da-da, and it's just like, God, like, how crazy would it be if something like this happens? Boom, something like this happens. And it made me also think of something else crazy too. That I say that it's bad that it wasn't in the fine print. But I can think of 0 times that I've actually read fine print for anything. Right? How many times on your phone or on a website or when you download something,
I can see that.
you do this shit and you got to do a terms of service. You got to scroll through a bunch of shit and hit I accept. How many times do you read that shit? Kev, how many times have you ever read it?
Never.
Danny?
Never.
Not one time for me either. So even if this was in the fine print, that's my point. Even if this was in the fine print, how many people would either A, know about it because they didn't fucking read it, or B, how many people would actually give a shit if it was in the fine print?
Nobody would have read it anyway, so if they just put it in there, it would have saved their own asses.
Right. Right. So Family Tree DNA fucked up.
But there is somebody that would have read that.
Sure.
And they would have alerted everybody like, listen, Big Brother's watching and they are sending your DNA to Big Brother. So
right. Well, the thing about it is that there is other services that do this that may or may not be doing the same thing.
It may be in their fine print.
Right. That's the thing. That's the thing. See, like if those other companies are doing it and have it in the fine print, it's totally fine because then it's on us, the consumers,
for not reading it.
Because Family Tree DNA didn't put it in their shit. They have to apologize and da-da-da-da-da. And I guarantee in a week from now, nobody's going to give a shit. They should, but nobody will. These other companies are probably doing the same exact thing, but they're at least putting it somewhere in that stupid thing that you scroll through before you actually do it.
Yeah.
And hit a button that says, sure, why not? Boom. The whole thing is crazy. There's a whole tons and tons of fucking conspiracy theories about, the 10-year challenge being a facial recognition update for the justice system, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we were saying the thumbprints to open up your phone.
Yeah, and your face recognition for all that shit too. So, and also a secondary point, while we're kind of on this topic, if you own an iPhone of any kind, make sure that you check for a system update. The system update fixes the face time glitch that was going on where people could access your phone without you even being on FaceTime. Video,
Are you serious?
audio.
I didn't
all
even
that
hear
shit.
anything about this.
So there was a bug. So I could FaceTime you. And in the process, while it was ringing, I can go into my FaceTime and I could add a person to it and I could add myself to that conversation. And it'll essentially let your phone pick up. So you cannot accept the call, but I can hear everything that's going on your end.
What?
Yep.
Yeah. But you
Like
can't.
until you turn it off.
Right.
Yep.
Pretty much.
That's crazy.
But now they fixed it. But, sometimes people don't get notified all the times when there's an update or whatever. But make sure if you own an iPhone, go check for a system update and go do it right now. That's my point. Kev's like looking at his phone.
I'm checking for a system update.
Yeah, dude, check it out. So that's what I got for What's the Point. Here we go with late review. I know it's a little late, but
You're just hearing about this?
Can't believe I'm just hearing.
why
about
didn't I know about this sooner? All right, so I'll go first this week for a late review. I was kind of struggling to find something, and then I started listening to an album the other day, and I listened to it a couple times. Brothers by the Black Keys.
They're dope.
This is the album that came out 2010. It kind of put them on the map, I suppose, with that Tighten Up song, Howlin' for You. Those were, I guess, the big hits from that album. But the whole thing is like real good. There's some tracks that I skip, I guess, from now that I've heard it a million times. But very bluesy album. It was before they got, as I guess some would say, poppy as they are now. It still had like that vintage blues rock kind of old school vibe to it,
Mm-hmm.
The one thing I liked about the Black Keys is like Dan Auerbach, the lead singer and guitarist, he has like a timeless voice. You listen to the Black Keys and like it goes with the generation that they're trying to hit. Like it'll sound like a classic rock tune, or it'll sound like something from the 70s, stuff like that. But I give this album a strong 8. Strong 8. Real good. Brothers by the Black Keys. Everlasting Light. Next Girl was great. Too Afraid to Love You is one of my favorite songs. Go Getter. I'm Not the One. It's all good. It's all good. Go check this album out. Who's next? Kev?
Yeah. I wanted to review a show that I rarely talk about, but it is one of my favorites. The Goldbergs. Have you guys ever seen The Goldbergs?
I have seen like one episode or one or two episodes just like in passing.
How about you, Dan?
I've seen like a few here and there.
Dude, I love the show. It's locally based for us.
Yep.
I mean, it's like Jenkintown, like right above Philly area. They talk about Wawa. They talk about the sports teams, the Sixers, the Flyers, the Phillies. They talk about the Eagles. And it's an 80s based sitcom, and it is so fun. I find it funny.
It's very funny.
Dude, so funny. The characters are absolutely ridiculous, but they're supposed to portray this family like to a T. And they always, at the end of the episode, always throw a clip in, because this guy always used to walk around with a video camera and always throw a clip in of the actual home video from that time period.
Yeah,
okay.
A lot of this is based on real events.
Yeah, absolutely.
So who is it? Who is it based on?
Adam Goldberg.
Okay, I don't know who that is. It sounds familiar.
Adam Goldberg is who is based on. It's
Is he a
following
comedian?
No. But it's a great show. Please go check it out. I've seen every season, every episode. I think they're on like season 6, I believe.
Okay.
But
What channel is it on?
Fox. I watch it on Hulu.
Okay.
Fox, I believe.
Okay.
But yeah, it's great. It is great. Please go check it out. And if I had to rate it, I'd give it like a 7.5.
Wow. Okay. Very good, Kev. Danny?
I watched that Netflix show, The Push, that John was talking about.
That John was talking about. Yeah? What'd you think?
It was wild. So it's basically like an experiment, like John said. They basically start you off by doing these small little activities to almost like get you sucked into the whole thing. It starts with something as simple as carrying a bag or putting out hors d'oeuvres. And then like it's just so well thought out and played out, and they get you into this group of lies, basically, and they want to see how far you will go And the end part is, would you kill somebody and know that you killed somebody? Push somebody off the edge of a building?
That's pretty wild.
That's wild.
And it was weird to see everything that they did, like the sequence of events, just to get this guy deeper and deeper and deeper into these lies to make him want to kill somebody for no reason.
Dude, my favorite part of that whole documentary thing, the Netflix special, was how they actually chose somebody.
Yeah,
with the ringing of the bell and them sitting and standing. Did you see it at all?
No, it's next up on our list, but I have not.
They went through a lot to set this up.
Okay,
like they had a the one guy, they pretend like the one guy died. They had like some of the best special effects makeup artists in Hollywood make a fake dead person.
Okay.
And it looked so real. I didn't even know it was a dummy until they had revealed that it was a dummy at the end.
Okay.
And
That's
just
wild.
It was just so crazy, just like everything that they were doing. And you could see, like, I felt bad for the guy.
Yeah.
I felt really bad for him at some points because he just had this look on his face like, what the fuck am I doing? Why do I keep doing this? And how do I get out of here?
Wow.
Dude, like the selection process blew my mind. They started off with like 3 actors. I don't want to spoil it for you guys. Go check it out.
Next, you guys should check out that Abducted in Plain Sight.
I have a lot of people telling me to watch that.
Dude, I told my homie at work about it, and he was bugging about it, just because it's so crazy.
Now, is that a series or is that?
It's a one-time like documentary thing. It's like an hour, 20 minutes, something like that.
Okay.
But no, Jackie and I, we were gonna check that out, but we got caught up on True Detective, and we actually restarted season 7 of Game of Thrones because that's coming back in April, and I'm fucking dumb hype. Dumb hype. You guys have 2 months to catch up.
Yeah. Don't hold your breath.
Kev, what do you got in this week in history?
So February 10th, 1942, Glenn Miller received the first ever golden record for selling 1 million copies of his hit song, Chattanooga Choo Choo.
Chattanooga Choo Choo.
February 11th, 1990, South American resistance leader Nelson Mandela was released from prison after more than 27 years. Wow. February 14th, 2003, Dolly the sheep was the first ever cloned mammal.
It's wild.
February 15th, 1965, the maple leaf flag officially became the new national flag of Canada.
Very cool. Very good, guys. Excellent job. Kev, you did pretty good.
Yeah, it was all right.
Yeah,
It was mediocre.
yeah. Better next week. You'll do better next week.
I liked your point this week, though.
Yeah, the beer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good.
Ripped one off. Might be bruised.
Yeah, I'm glad you came up with that.
Yeah, me too. Thanks, Dan.
So, Kev, good job overall. Danny, great job.
Thanks.
Good job overall. Danny, great job.
What do you want me to say, Kev? What do you want me to say? You know, Danny woke up on time this morning. He knew what was going on.
You didn't even know what was going on.
He did everything right. Listen, I'm not claiming to be perfect. I did okay. I did all right this week.
Listen, I had to wake up on time because I was waiting for Enterprise to pick me up, and they were an hour late. Fucking bastards.
Motherfuckers. All right, guys.
Fuck 'em.
Fuck. You guys cracking up. That's so funny. Check us out next week. Make sure you check out Relatable Radio tomorrow. Might Be Sports, all new on Wednesday. It's going to be great. Might Be Brews is back again this week as well. It's 3 weeks in a row for those guys. I'm doing the damn thing.
Doing it.
I'm drinking more than ever.
Word?
Not more than ever, but
Is that a bad thing?
more than I have been in my recent adult life. Yes. Anyway, yeah, it's all right. So check us out next week, mbnnetwork.com. You can find all the podcasts, all the latest episodes, on whatever platform you want to listen to it on. We're on so many of them now. So many people listen to so many different platforms. But we most likely are on your favorite one. So check it out, mbnnetwork.com. Shout out to everybody on the network, and shout out to everybody listening out there. We're working on some big things for the next season. Probably no more major changes coming up this season because we're almost done, kind of, like another month or something left, I think. I have to look at the calendar. Anyway, enjoy yourselves. Have a great week. Peace out, Kev.
See ya.
Peace out, Danny.
Peace out.
All right, guys. Talk to you next time.